Hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. And today I have a channel announcement, a Shelf Space book club announcement. So, as you know, the Shelf Space book club was started by my wonderful friend Jessie May, to whom I owe the utmost loyalty. And she, back in May, had a baby, and the book club became, it's too much when you have a newborn. So I took it over and have been running that since May, with Abby as my first co-host. However, I have recently discovered that with my job, I also have a difficult time being able to commit to running that every month. With my job, I can really read like 4 books a month, and that's if I push myself, maybe 5 if like one of them is like 300 pages, and they never are. They're always bloody 500, 600, 700 pages. It's too long. Fantasy books are too freaking long. And the problem is I've always got like a read-along going on in my Discord, on my channel, and so having that guaranteed book locked up and then having another guaranteed book locked up with Shelf Space was only leaving me with a wiggle room of like 2 books for like other buddy reads, or really just books that I want to read without having to, you know, be obligated to something else. And so I asked the other original mods of Shelf Space long ago, when there were like 20 people on the server, and to see if they would enter into kind of a rotating, alternating host type situation. And so now, rather than me hosting every month, we will kind of rotate, and right now it'll be every 4 months since there are 4 of us, and then we'll probably actually end up opening it up to other current mods in Shelf Space, and get kind of like a rotating host situation, so that the book club can still keep going, because there's still a lot of people that come to all of them, and a lot of people really enjoy reading along. And you know, you sample a bunch of different types of books depending on the host and the guest each month. And so this month is Hyperion with Angela from Literature Science Alliance, and next month is Guards with Dr. Philip Chase. That has already been set. I already have an announcement video for that back in whenever I put that up. And so I'm going to talk about the next 3 months following that: November, December, and January, and then I will probably pick it back up in February, resume my hosting duties. It'll be my turn again in February. So, without wasting any more time, let's get down to business. I want to talk about the great things that we have coming up in November, December, and January. So in November, the host of November's pick will be Abby from Abby Salter, one of the original mods. Great. I love Abby. If you're not subscribed to her, sub to her. She was my first co-host, and we talked about Shadow of the Gods. And so her guest in November will be, she has 2. Just like I had 2 for the price of 1. In August, she's going to have 2 for the price of 1. It is going to be the Brothers Gwyn, and they will be reading American Gods by Neil Gaiman. So I read American Gods back in like 2007, I think, and I remember liking it. All I remember is Mr. Wednesday. Literally all I remember is there's a character on a plane at the very beginning, and his name is Mr. Wednesday, and it's about the gods hanging out with Americans. And I remember liking it. I know that some hardcore Gaiman fans don't love American Gods, but this will be the first time that Shelf Space has had a Gaiman book as one of the reads. So they're both excited. I'm excited. So please join along with us and them in November for that. So in December, the host will be Jessie from The Bookish Mom, and her co-host will be Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany, and they will be reading Kill the Queen by Jennifer Estep, which is book 1 of the Crown of Shards trilogy, I think it's called. So, this is not a book that I had heard of before Jessie and Bethany had chosen it, but then I went and I read the description, and no joke, it says at the very beginning, Gladiator meets Game of Thrones. So apparently they're reading Rage of Dragons, because on the back of Rage of Dragons, it says the same thing. Guys, hashtag pro tip. Publishers, if it's a revenge story, it's not automatically Gladiator. And every JRPG in the history of the world has had a freaking arena/Coliseum level. Just because there's an arena or a Coliseum doesn't make it like Gladiator. You just don't have any other Roman pop cultural references. Just stop. So anyway, this book is about a princess whose mom is assassinated, and then they try to assassinate her, and she's immune to magic for some reason, and so she escapes and, of course, plots her revenge on the lady that killed her mom. And so I don't know what this is about, but if that sounds interesting to you, if you've heard of Jennifer Estrepp, she's also the author of the Elemental Assassin series. Again, these are books that I have never heard of, but if this sounds interesting to you, please join Jesse and Bethany in December for this read. And then finally, in January, to kind of celebrate, because she was actually the co-host in this past January with City of Stairs, is going to be Vish. Wonderful, wonderful Vish with her amazing accent that is just so soothing to listen to. Vish from Books with V will be hosting, and her co-host will be Christine from the Roomies Digest, another great channel that I just discovered recently that you should definitely check out. They have the best like TikTok and Instagram stories. Charmaine is constantly linking me Roomies Digest TikToks and Instagram stories. You know, the one where you like move your mouth like you're talking. I don't understand the TikTok guys. I am. I think I'm too old. I am 847 years old, and the last upgrade in technology I had was the steam engine. So they will be reading The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke. So this is a book that just came out this year, and this is a debut novel about two women. One was stolen away as a child and is a soldier and has been trained and brought up and bred to kill for the Empire. And then there's Luca, who is the niece of the Emperor, and she needs someone to betray the Empire. And, you know, I'm assuming she focuses her sights on Touraine. And as the tagline says, they haggle over the price of the Empire. And that sounds really cool. And I have actually heard of this book, and I've heard a lot of people talking about it. I have personally not read it, but I have heard that this book is excellent. So if you have read it, come and talk with us in January, or if you've been waiting for an opportunity to read it, or if you get it in that sweet, sweet Christmas book haul, come read The Unbroken with Vish and Christine. So guys, that is the state of affairs in the Shelf Space Book Club currently. I'm sure that I will return in February to with my pick and my co-host, and then we'll just keep kind of rotating out and see how that goes, so that the book club can continue and thrive, but without putting any undue pressure on any one person. Guys, that's all for me for today. As always, information about my Patreon and Discord is down in the description. Please go subscribe to these wonderful people, and make sure you check us out in November, December, and January, and I'll see you next time, guys.